Welcome to ObiDatti Family Television, and this program right now is ObiDatti Updates. My name is Kamsi, and I've got the beautiful and delectable Joy with me right here, and we're the duo that keeps you informed on everything happening on the campaign train, where, when, how, and the whys of the ObiDatti campaign. But before we get straight into the updates and what is happening on the campaign train this day, we're going to be, bringing up one of the obedient supporters who has been going an extra mile to make sure that this campaign and this movement gets to the grassroots as much as possible. So, Joy,
Yeah.
it's nice having you today
Good
with
morning,
me.
Kamsi.
Good morning. Well, let's quickly speak to Mr. Nonso Ihezie, who is a businessman and also an independent obedient that has been fueling this campaign in the little way possible that he can, supporting this campaign with a lot of hard work. And I would love to add, giant strides that he's making as efforts to make this campaign go probably well and get to the grassroots, not just in the south, but also in northern Nigeria and in some places up in the west. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Nonsoi. Here's a good morning. Can you hear me? The good works you're doing for Mr. Peter Obi and his running mate, Dati Baba Ahmed. Uh, I just want you to quickly, give us a very broad perspective of why you believe Mr. Peter Obi is the best candidate for the presidency.
Okay, thank you. Without being sentimental, I've known Peter Obi before he even declared to run for the president of the country. I've known him I didn't meet him while he was the governor of Anambra State, but as a student leader, I was a student leader in here at Nnamdi Azikiwe University when I was still a student. So I was opportune to see him, meet him many times when we hosted programs in the school. He normally comes around. I've seen him speak. I've seen him talk. One of the programs then was the Zix lecture that we organize annually. You understand? I've seen him talk. So he's somebody that I've already believed in his vision before now. So coming out for presidency, it's not, I wasn't surprised. It's not, I didn't join him because he has already come out for presidency. No, I've known him and I believe in what he can do. And I know people that have known him and I've worked with people that has worked with him. So I believe, like they say, birds of a feather, they flock together. So I have high confidence in him and I believe strongly that he will deliver. So that's why
Okay.
I'm giving him all my
Yeah,
support. Yeah.
I would take that you're one of the obedience who support Mr. Obi because of antecedents and past achievements, and of course, mentioning that you know him from a distance, which is okay to say that you're also certain that he's competent and character qualified as well. But we've seen some of the works you've done for him. I want you to just give us an exclusive of things that you've been able to do to promote Mr. Peter Obi in your locality and even out of your locality. Tell us a bit about it and why you have been inspired to do what you are doing.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a good question. Then, first and foremost, we can't be preaching Obi if we don't have the PVC. So primarily, I've been trying my best to sensitize people around me, people in my social media space, on how to register, right from registration. I assisted a lot of people. I had to guide a lot of people on registration and collection of PVCs. Those that find it difficult to locate their ward and polling units, I have the whole ward, I have the file. So I've been guiding a lot of people. And so far, I'm convinced that Nigerians are doing it differently this time because we are all tired. And of course, we want a new Nigeria. And since we have Obi to sell our sheep, why not? We'll sell along with him. So so far, sensitization on the PVC because we can't be shouting Obi without our voters card. That is the
Voters card, true.
primary thing. That is the main thing. You understand?
Mm.
So that aside, we are humans, controlling humans are not that easy. There are some extra miles we need to go to convince people, to get the interest of people. And in every election, there are people who are somehow indecisive, or they feel like they are not concerned. Election is not for me. They have already counted votes. That kind of mentality we've had
True,
prior to
true.
election. You understand? So personally, on my own, I've tried to educate some people on that. You understand? You can't say that your vote doesn't count, yet people are with millions trying to buy it off your hand. So it doesn't make sense. So I took it as a responsibility on myself to talk to the people near me. I can't reach the whole Nigeria, but if I talk to one or two people and convince them, they can equally talk to one or two people in their own space and convince them. So that is the primary thing I've been doing. Then somehow secondary, I've been able to produce some, should I say, campaign materials, personal
Mm.
projects, not funded by anybody, just something I feel this is my own quota. This is what I want to contribute in this movement that I so believe in. You
Mm.
understand? Because I believe in when you are looking for something, you have to give in something. It's a natural
True.
law. You understand? And it's been working for me. I believe it works for some people too. So I had an idea that came to my head. I produced some nylon bag, sack. And so the idea is I take these things to some areas, where we may not be able to cover verbally
Okay.
or coming for fiscal campaign. So
Mm.
some ObiDatti members there that I've been able to connect, even those I've never met before. That's why I'm glad about this movement. When you come on the social media space, there's this love, there's this unity that obedient members, they share. Even
Mm.
yesterday, I went to review some of the nylons to Kano. The guy didn't collect money; he had to do it for free. So you can see the
Wow.
love. You see, so I reviewed I sent some of the nylons to Kano. So the idea is they take it to the local.
Oh, hello, Mr. Nonso. Are you there? Hello, Mr. Nonso. Oh, I think
The
the
reception's
yes,
bad.
the reception is quite poor. But please, if you can hear me, we're losing connection with you right now. But so far so good. I love the fact that he's pointed out one of the major things that I really wanted to hear. As an independent obedient, he's been able to pass the message of hope and the message of knowledge to a lot,
Grassroots.
to the grassroots in one of the simplest ways possible. And even at this time, I would love to, put him to send some pictures and videos of, the
The
material he spoke
activities and
about.
everything.
Okay, and so we could show to the people. Mr. Nonso, if you could hear me, please, give a response.
I can hear you now. Sorry, I think something happened with my network. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, okay. We lost the
Like I was
connection with
saying,
you.
the idea is they give out these nylons for free to hawkers, local traders. They use it to tie goods for their customers.
Mm.
And somehow, when you come to a particular store and they wrap something for you with this nylon, you get to look at it. It's unique. You've not seen something like this before. You come
True.
back tomorrow, you get to look at it. It kind of registers in your
In the
head,
memory. Mm.
because there is no much message. There is just the Labour Party logo and where to vote and a little write-up about Obi. You understand?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
when you see, it kind of registers in your memory. So for those that are indecisive on whom to vote for or where to vote, on that day, there is no way they will come and go look at all the parties that are contesting, and they will not remember. Oh, this will be, if not for anything, yeah, it has been flying around my area, something like that. So that's my belief. Actually, I'm sure. I'm sure it will do a lot of work, no matter how little, but I'm sure it will go far. So it's just my own little contribution. You understand?
Mm.
For now,
Mm.
for now.
Okay. I want to say a very big thank you to you, Mr. Nosoi Heze. Here at ObiDatti Family TV, we're looking out for independent obedience like yourself, who are going out of their way with their personal resources to support Mr. Obi's ambition with his running mate, Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed. We really appreciate, and we say thank you. From our principal, definitely he's going to get the information. Definitely, we're going to make sure he says this. And if you could also send some of the materials that you've printed via video to us here at the studio, definitely, so we can push information to the national committee, because they will love to appreciate you personally for the good work that you've been doing. But from us, say thank you so much. But I want to just ask on a final note, if you're going to be speaking to some unmotivated obedience at this time, some of the obedience who believe in a new Nigeria, who want a new Nigeria, but they're unmotivated at this time, what are you going to be saying to them?
I'll simply tell them, like, if we've tried and gotten to this point, if we've survived all this while, if we've been doing things the wrong way, and yet we have the grace and the opportunity to get to this point, it's just like a final lap that we have the opportunity to directly change things and make a new Nigeria possible. Why give up now? Why give up now? Like, this is a time for us to even be double motivated, if I should put it that way, because it's just like, I'm proud that I'm going to participate in a story of a new Nigeria. I'm proud that I have what it takes tomorrow after election, and by the special grace of God, Obi emerges as the president. I'll be proud to tell this story. Come on. Yes, I voted, I campaigned, I supported this man. So if we've endured all this while and got into this final lap, why give up? So let me just keep it that way. The question is for whoever that feels is unmotivated.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dosso. Thank you so much. It was amazing having you on the show. We really appreciate from the ObiDatti Family Television, and of course from our principal, Mr. Peter Obi. For all our viewers, thank you so much. Keep the dial right here. We're going to go on a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be discussing more of the updates from the ObiDatti train. Thank you, Mr. Noso, once again, and thank you, viewers. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Myself and Joy. Don't go nowhere.
Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour say, Mama Papa na want to be Labour Party, Mama Papa na want. Mama Papa na want to be Labour Party. Mama Papa na want to be Labour Party.
Mr. Peter Obi's administration built from scratch Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital with 25 building structures. His government funded transformation of massive infrastructural development, accreditation of 12 health institutions and 2 hospitals, and also built 10 maternal and childcare centers across the state. He is the first governor to purchase medical equipment worth over 135 million naira and 50 ambulances for the health sector in Anambra State, which remain functional till today. He built and equipped Dr. Jonwilo Heart Center in St. Joseph Hospital, Adazinnuku, where heart operations are performed. Anambra State is the first state in Nigeria to distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary schools. Mr. Peter Obi distributed about 700 buses to secondary schools in Anambra State and built 200 primary school blocks. He donated the sum of 300 million naira to Anglican churches and 440 million naira to Roman Catholic churches to rehabilitate their missionary schools. During his tenure, he gave 1 million naira each to more than 160 first-class graduates. To promote the reading culture in the state, he went ahead to build a well-equipped library known as Prof. Kennedy DK Library, Oka. He also rehabilitated the divisional library in Onitsha and gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials. This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the first position. The security improvement was exceptional as he provided security vehicles to 177 communities in the state. He cleared pension and gratuity owed since 1990 to the tune of about 37 billion naira and also paid monthly stipends to the elderly in the state. Mr. Peter Obi built the first secretariat complex in Anambra State to house the various Anambra State government ministries that were scattered all over the state. His good governance attracted the second largest brewery in the world, known as Sabmela, to build their first greenfield facility in the state. He was recognized by the Millennium Development Goals (MDG) as the best governor in the implementation.
Good morning and welcome back to ObiDatti Update on ObiDatti Family TV. I'm Joy and with me is King Kamse.
Yeah.
So we'll be giving you updates on things happening around our principal, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. King Kamse,
Yeah.
what's up?
I'm good.
How are you doing?
Okay, well, most importantly, I'm amazed to see that a lot of obedience, a lot of Peter Obi supporters are going out of their way, just like the interview that we had just right before, seeing that Mr. Nonso, one of the obedience, is going out of his way, who's a businessman, and he said to print nylons to package his goods, but with Peter Obi's logo and name and everything to sensitize people. That's one of the simplest ways to pass the message to the public. It's indirect, but the moment you're buying goods, and it's not just to himself, he shared to other shops around him, send some to local areas, where people could, probably not, have access to township, where they could also buy goods, wares, and a nylon is used to package for them, and they're saying Obi's name and logo and everything on it. So, which is a very perfect strategy to send the message to people out there. But now, quickly, let's talk about yesterday. Our principal was, as always, for the rally. We saw a very amazing number of people, an unbelievable number of people. At this point, it's believable because
it's not unbelievable. It's believable because this is what we're going to see often. We'll be saying it before now, so it's not. It's definitely not stopping. We're expecting more
and more of it. But when I say unbelievable, it's coming from a place of doubt from the opposition party, where they've always doubted what's the capacity of a presidential candidate and the party and the capacity of Nigerians, most especially because Nigerians are the one who are taking Peter Obi to the Aso Rock come February 25th. So they always doubted the capacity of people who are supporting Mr. Peter Obi. But right now, we're seeing that it's a very different ballgame altogether, because in Bauchi yesterday, there were lots and lots of people out. A state like Bauchi that they have claimed to not support any other party besides the party that has been causing a lot of damage to this country. But right now, we're seeing the numbers that they came out saying, all cheering, all hailing, and singing the praises of the presidential candidate.
Calling the name of Peter Obi. But then again, we saw another story. See that yesterday about the other party, the person of Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress Party, complaining, lamenting bitterly about the new currency and the scarcity of oil. He said that he thinks that the federal government is actually doing this because of him. And I'm surprised because they are the ruling party. How come they are not doing it because of him, to work against him? I don't understand.
It comes from a place of acrimony. It comes from a place of direct hatred. It comes from a place of party misunderstanding. It comes from a place of lots of it. You could call it anything negative, but I want to base on the word acrimony, because within the party, a lot of people are grieved. A lot of people also in that party want a better Nigeria, and they know it's evident that this man, who is their party's flag bearer cannot give them or cannot give us a better Nigeria.
Yeah.
And it's evident. And if you watch the video of where he was in Abiyokuta while he was making that statement, there were people who were at his back trying to pinch him and make him adjust his talks.
But
And he said it's evidently Yoruba. He said, "Don't pinch me." He said it's open to the mic, doing as a local language in Yoruba. He said, "Don't pinch me."
Oh my God.
And that was it came from a place of agreement, like I said, an outpour, because a lot of people there in that party has been
the one supporting you to an extent, and now
Truly.
you're saying something like this against them.
And there's also the parts that will never support him because they know that he will never give us a better Nigeria.
One thing I think the president Buhari in person, he knows already that I've done a lot of damage to the country. And this person that is coming out though is from my party, but it cannot repair, it cannot restore the glory of Nigeria. And I think indirectly he's supporting Peter Obi. What do you think?
Like I said, I will always say it, everybody is obedient. Everybody wants a better Nigeria.
Exactly.
And no matter who they are, they want a better Nigeria. And even though some would, outrightly deny to themselves, who they want to claim that they are not. But everybody, myself, yourself, every single person out there is obedient. So I'm very sure, I'm 101% sure that the president of the country is an obedient. So that out of the way, we've also noticed that everything happening right now, we've seen a lot of analysts spell out that APC was formed with two parties coming together, the ACN and the CPC.
Really?
Yes, the ACN and the CPC came together. So right now, it seems that there's a divide because the CPC, which is the party that General Muhammad Buhari used to be a part of before, the coalition that gave us APC. And ACN was the party of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, before it, for the coalition. So right now, the whole of the CPC, there's just a divide in between that party right now because the whole of the northern candidates, in quotes, a lot of them are moving towards an angle, seeing that this man in question might not be able to give us substance in a new Nigeria.
Exactly.
So it's evident, and it's happening already because just as we expected, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is already coming out to speak. But on the second hand, him claiming that it's a sabotage on his election, on his ambition, rather, it's just a sorry situation because we've also had experiences of how fuel scarcity pop up from time to time in this country.
Exactly.
So I wonder how a fuel scarcity could be a sabotage to his ambition. And also the change of the currency. If you don't have plans to be corrupt during the election,
that's it.
Why would the currency switch?
If you don't have plans, if you don't have negative plans.
If you have negative plans to be corrupt, why would the currency switch be a sabotage to you? So it's evident to every Nigerian out there that this man, this party, APC, doesn't have anything good to offer to Nigerians. And that's the reason why we're expecting you out there with your PVC to step out on that day and push out the negativities.
Every negative vibe. Yes,
push out negative vibes, and take them away. And make sure that you out there coming out to vote and vote right, not just vote and vote right, vote LP, vote Peter Obi. And that's what we're preaching as the message out here. And also this morning, we had the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, in a town hall there at...
Happening right now.
Yeah, happening right now in Uni Abuja. Going to be there. And news has it that some of the, students, government leaders of different universities in the north are also moving to Abuja to join in the town hall, already in Abuja rather, joining the town hall meeting to be able to discuss, plans that Mr. Peter Obi has in furtherance of making Nigeria a better place. We've not seen in past times and even in present times a man so humble, gathering students together, speaking to them. Because he's been able to understand and identify that students, the young minds, the young ones, are the ones that we need a better Nigeria for.
Exactly.
Because they are the ones who are going to be the gatekeepers of the future of this country. So you can't be constantly speaking to just the older ones, in quotes. You know, you have to speak to the young ones who are in school at this time.
They are the foundation of the country.
Foundation.
Nigeria we're talking about. Without them, there is no new Nigeria. So I think our principal, he understands this era, he understands what he's doing. Like I get during the casino rally, he said something like that. He said that it's time for him to give that. He's going to give full attention to youth. To know, to get their own part of the story, to understand them, to really feature in whatever they're going to do. And I guess this is exactly what it's doing.
Yeah, you know, earlier today, myself and Chicks discussed inclusion. And this is one of the reasons why we need P2B inclusion, bringing in the youth, talking to them. And I've seen this happen not just in Uni Abuja. There was also a town hall meeting here in, it happened in a number of states, you know, where he came around and gathered young people, students at a particular location, talked to them, answered questions. And it wasn't just a case of him just giving out campaign promises. It was a case of giving out the campaign promises and come together today to decide as one house with one voice, as one family, to tell you out there, Mr. Peter Obi is the only option we have. We need to be energized. We need to keep speaking to people. We need to keep preaching the word. We need to keep sending out messages to people that need to know. And the reason is because there is no other country we have. We have just one Nigeria, and we need to make Nigeria a better place with giving leadership and governance to the right people that deserve it. And Mr. Peter Obi is deserving and in every capacity competent and qualified to achieve and to give us the Nigeria that we so desire. Okay, so we'll be quickly moving on a break right now. And when we get back, we'll be taking concluding stories on the ObiDatti update. So please don't go anywhere. Stay with us right here. And it is ObiDatti Family Television. My name is Kemsi, and here is Joy. Please stay with us.
Funded Agulu Lake Hotel Project, Golden Tulip, and reconstruction of Upper Iweka bridges at the axis of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway with 6 lanes. P2B constructed 800-kilometer of road network between rural and urban areas. Some of the roads include Ibariam Internal Road, Ekulobia Ezinifite Road, Niger Drive Onitsha, Ifite Dunu Road, construction of Zik Avenue and Mpo Flyover, 30 verifiable bridges, Ezu Ebenebe Bridge, Oka North, Isuanyocha Bridge, Opaka River Bridge, pedestrian bridge at permanent site Unizik Junction, Oka. He created industrial parks as catalysts for industrialization. He constructed and commissioned the Governor's Lodge at Annex Onitsha, FMR Customary Court of Appeal Complex, High Court buildings at Nnewi and Ogidi, Judges' Quarters at Onitsha. His visionary leadership brought unprecedented transformation to the local government in Anambra State. He made provision for 1.2 billion naira credit facilities to farmers in the state and cleared a 20 million naira debt owed banks as a result of the 2012 flood devastation. P2B's administration purchased 90 buses and taxis for Anis Mass Transit Company. He adopted the best practice in waste disposal and provided over 300 million naira worth of waste evacuation trucks. The Debt Management Office rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Mr. P2B handed 75 billion naira to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano. The credibility and reputation of P2B as a competent visionary leader in public service governance and management of state resources remains undisputable.
Welcome guys back. Welcome to ObiDatti Updates on ObiDatti Family TV. And with me is King Kamsi.
Yeah.
Welcome back guys. And then again we saw the former DG of the All Progressive Congress Party. She said that she had written manifesto but Peter Obi on standards. Peter Obi manifesto standards. And again, she said that she was privileged, she was opportune to sit with Tinubu for about 2 hours, and all the while she was discussing with him, he was sleeping. She was angry. She said he was sleeping. Can you imagine that, Kamsi?
I just want to state clearly that Najatu Mohammed has been, blowing hot. Has been blowing hot and, warm. She's been saying a whole lot, and it's just quite an interesting detail, that a whole lot of Nigerians have been paying close attention to and listening to, because Najatu Mohammed has evidently pointed out to Nigerians what a lot of Nigerians have been suspecting, and she has painted it in the best colors possible, so we could see as Nigerians. Because right now, a lot of revelations that she put out, including how fragile his health is, and how we shouldn't give. It just has those suspicions, from Nigerians. But right now, she's from who used to be an in-house member coming out saying it now. Definitely, that this is a privileged information that we've all gotten from Najatu Mohammed. And I hope Nigerians out there are wise enough to act on that information, on this information that she's given us, and move to the side of the light, which is the
positive side.
Movements. Come out on that day, and all your votes, all you should be thinking of is how Nigeria should be better, the future of Nigeria, your children, and how you expect Nigeria to be for them, your children's children, and how you want Nigeria to be for them. We have no other country. This is our only country, and this country deserves the best. This country deserves the best leaders. This country deserves to be good. So please come out and vote for Labour Party.
Vote for LP.
Vote for LP, exactly. And also for obedience in Borno State, our presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, is going to be in Borno State on Monday. And there on Monday, he's going to be, at the rally, interacting with the wonderful obedience in Borno. And obviously, like he always does, there's always going to be a town hall before the, the rally, where he gets to reach out to people in Borno, talk to more people, the youths, the forum of a lot of people, because he always has, an itinerary of people he should be discussing with before the actual rally. So if you're in Borno State and you're watching us from Borno State, please make sure to make yourself available for the rally on Monday. And it's going to be a wonderful one, because it's going to be very insightful, and he's going to be reading out his plans. Again, just already it has been enshrined in the manifesto, but he's going to be telling you directly what he can do for Borno State, which is one of the states that has been hardest hit by insecurity of this country.
Exactly.
And it's just a pity to know that a former governor from could come out and run for a vice presidential party after the very, very insensitive manner in which he governed that state. That a number of girls in Chibok were kidnapped from their school.
Just imagine.
Girls that stayed in the camp of kidnappers cried. Some of them got pregnant in the process. Some of them were raped. Some of them, even lost their lives in the process. And it's just a very sad story to see that a man like that, who could give a state good security, is coming out to run
for vice
presidential position of Nigeria. How can somebody like that give Nigeria the best?
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
He has nothing to offer.
He has nothing at all to offer. So please, people in Borno, please do well to come out and interface, have a face-to-face with the presidential candidate, see him and hear what he and his running mate, Datti Yusuf Baba Ahmed, has to say to you out there in Borno. And also on Tuesday, he's going to be in Yobe. Yeah. He's going to be in Yobe. So please, if you're one of those in Yobe as well, please make yourself available on Tuesday, the 31st of January, to be with the presidential candidate there. And I'm sure those in Abuja right now are having a swell time with Mr. Peter Obi because he's full of ideas. And once he speaks, he speaks volume, he speaks knowledge, he speaks integrity, amongst, every other good qualities that he has as a man, and not just a man, the presidential candidate, and the front runner in this election. We've seen a lot of international news channels announce him as the number one and the front runner candidate of this election in Nigeria. And it's happening. Not just the Nigerian media reporting right now, it's also the international media speaking volume about it. Okay, so I think we'll be wrapping up on this note. It's been a very wonderful and insightful conversation and updates with you, Joy. Thank you so much for having me alongside. It's always a privilege to sit at the right hand of a beautiful lady. I feel like a forerunner right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and it's been a nice time. Please keep watching ObiDatti Family Television. You know that this is only where you get the good content of how the campaign is being run. And please, if you're one of those obedient supporters who has been going out of their way to do wonderful for Mr. Peter Obi, please, we advise that you take out time to tell us what you're doing. Contact us, hit us up on our social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube, get to our Facebook, chat us up on WhatsApp, and we're going to give you space to talk to us right here. And definitely Mr. Peter Obi and his team are also going to be interfacing with you and listening to what you have to say and what exactly you have been doing for the campaign. And your support group also, if you're a member of a support group, please reach out. We also want to hear from you how your support group has been able to reach out to people and also to the public, because the essence is to get you closer to Mr. Peter Obi and also to get Mr. Peter Obi closer to you. That's what we're doing out here. So thank you so much. My name is King Kamsi, and it's been good having this time with you. Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you. Thank you, Kamsi.
And for you out there watching and also keeping a connection right here, just know that we love you, but God loves you more. Thank you so much.
Thank you.